self-respect, cultivation. Now, understand that every time you make that difficult choice, every time you choose to do what you don't want to do when you don't feel like doing it, that's where you attain self-respect. And so in this life, we're focused on cultivating self-respect, because self-respect is going to lead to a different level of personal self-esteem, confidence, which will allow you to go out into the world and to incinerate and to conquer all things, all goals you need to accomplish to thoroughly develop yourself as an individual in the life you only live once. And so every day we wake up with the urge, with the temptation, with the intention that is pulling on our minds that, make us walk around agitated to how much we need, how bad we want to cultivate that self-discipline, that self-respect. And how do we do that? Well, we do what's difficult in the morning. We hit that 3 a.m. wake up. We hit that 5 a.m. wake up. And then when we're done with the wake up, we read the book. So we pick up a book, any book, and we read that book for 15 minutes. Then after we're done with the reading, you go about your daily, your daily habits. And, now comes the workout. And then when it comes to the workout, now you're a fucking savage, right? Now you release all the intention, so you don't walk around the entire day agitated, right? You're not pissed off all day. You're not a grumpy piece of shit bitch, fat bitch that can't look in the mirror and take accountability for that pussy without projecting that bitch energy into the fucking universe, because they're an insecure bitch when they see someone or something that is outstanding compared to whatever the fuck that concoction of self-neglection is. Now, you can take responsibility and accountability for that bitch in the mirror, and you can dissipate the self-disrespect that you use to disrespect yourself with every time you overindulge and whatever the fuck is hurting you, depleting you, and killing you. I mean, you addicted pussies pretend like you aren't passively killing yourself every day. And so when we look at your habits, you can pick up the drink, you can pick up the vape, you can indulge in the overeating. But when it comes to actually taking accountability for that bitch and actually making a move, like going to the gym or eating healthier or doing some form of endeavor to allow yourself to correspond to a higher level of personal, development, to neglect that is to be rendered mentally inferior, especially to the ones that do it every day, all the time. And if you could pick up the bottle, but you can't pick up a fucking weight, bitch, well, take accountability for that pussy and remember that you're really just a bitch compared to your best self, because you are being outworked by him as we speak. So while you sit there and you pick up the bottle, you pick up the drink, you pick up the food, you pick up the McDonald's, you overeat, you're fat as fuck, you're a disgrace to your fucking bloodline. Your ancestors that suffered for lifetimes are looking at you suck on a robot cock as you passively kill yourself hitting the vape. You fucking bitch! It's either you love yourself enough to make the change, or you never fucking change and you remain the same. Now, everyone is going to sit there and pretend like their problems don't fucking exist. But all we need to do is have a brief glance at what the fuck you look like, at what the fuck you are. And now we can already see who and what type of individual you are. When you walk into the room, we can tell you're a lazy bitch. When you walk into the room, we can tell you don't care about yourself enough to make a move to increase your self-respect, to go out and demand self-respect from yourself by taking up the hardest tasks every day and completing it effortlessly, making the most difficult of habits look flawless in your execution of executing what you need to execute to be a better individual and to evolve, instead of revolve and devolve around these self-incinerating habits that you continue to feed yourself with. I mean, everyone wants to talk about the football game. Everyone wants to talk about some shit. But no one wants to take accountability and talk about the passively killing themselves they do every day, every time they pick up the fucking bottle and poison themselves like a fucking self-depleting organism that can't recognize that they're fucking killing themselves passively. So are you going to be that individual to go your entire life being a bitch, being an inferior fucking primate, self-depleting organism, hominoid that can't recognize the fact that they're fucking failing at being a fucking organism, and to not be sober and fit is to be inferior to a fucking monkey chimpanzee, because the chimpanzee and the monkey is sober and fit. So to not be sober and fit is to be inferior to what? think twice before you pick up the bottle, because every time you pick it up, you're poisoning yourself. And, your ancestors, they suffered lifetimes for you to suck on a fucking bottle to feel more comfortable for that fat bitch in the mirror. Your problems reflect externally and diverge into the universe. So what you suffer in your mind is directly going to correspond externally. So if you have an internal problem, it's most likely going to manifest externally, and it's going to manifest most likely as insecurity. And so if you're an insecure bitch, to solve that is to earn your self-respect. I mean, you can't be insecure if you've earned your self-respect every day and then compounded that self-respect to a level of mass amounts of, you'll accrue your self-respect, and you'll feel different. You'll feel more confident. You'll express yourself to a higher level. You'll have more self-esteem. You'll be more enthusiastic, optimistic, and you're ready to take on the day, because what you're taking on during the day isn't a bottle that's going to leave you fucking tired and with a headache in the morning. Guys, if you're not sober and fit and the monkey is sober and fit, you're failing at being a fucking primate. So stop being a fucking failing organism and look in the mirror. And, to not be aware that you have a fucking problem is to absolve the problem like it doesn't fucking exist. But when we look at you, we can tell you have a problem. We might not hear it. You might not speak it. You might not talk about it. But the moment we look at you and then we recognize you're a fat piece of shit, you're addicted, broke bitch, and then we're like, fuck, what the fuck is that? Silently in our mind. So, you have two choices: the best you or the worst you. And if you're not the best you, you're most likely the fucking worst. So take accountability for that piece of shit in the mirror and do everything to not be a bitch. And if you're losing in life, you most likely have to look in the mirror and reflect on yourself and what you put your time and energy into, because what you put your time and energy into is a direct reflection of what the fuck you are and what the fuck you do daily. And your habits are a reflection of you. So if you put your time and energy into shit, well, that's what the fuck you are, bitch. So links in the description, personal development down below, one-on-one mindset coaching down below. And, to not pursue your personal development and to evolve beyond what the fuck you are right now is to be rendered mentally inferior and to be, worth less and value less, because you're not accruing value, you're not accruing worth for yourself. You're not being better for yourself. Thus, you are worth less to yourself. And if you're worth less to yourself, then you're worth less to everyone around you. And you're just worth less in general. So, make the move to be a better individual. You only live once. And to not make that move is to remain inferior your entire fucking life. And remember, again, the ancestors that you have suffered lifetimes for you to sit there, suck on a robot cock, aka vape, and drink away your fucking life that you only get once. So while you waste time that you'll never get back, we're just gonna run it up in your fucking face. Peace!